You've got great dairy, great meats, great lamb, beef. The list goes on and on and on. So I'm en route now to go visit a lawyer turned farmer. It's quite an interesting backstory, but now she's not only producing amazing meat, but making fantastic salami. That's the talk of the town. I've got to catch him up.
Tracy and Stephen Ridgway are not your average farmers. As a former city lawyer and IT manager respectively, they moved to Close Leece Farm in 2009. Through several years of hard work and determination, they taught themselves to make a range of charcuterie products that in recent years have been winning multiple awards. I can't wait to find out more and have a little taste too. How are you?
Hi.
You're right?
Yeah.
Good to see you. Now, so tell me, how on earth did this start? Because this is not your upbringing, farming at all.
No, we used to have jobs in the city in London, and we wanted to move out of London. We discovered the Isle of Man was a nice place to live, and we discovered that there was an old farmhouse for sale, so we bought it without any real intention of doing farming. But then we got a few animals, and then a few more, and it became quite a time-consuming, expensive hobby.
Whose idea was it to get a few more?
I think me for the animals, and then he said, we've got to make some money out of these animals.
Yeah,
That's the IT side of it, you see.
Yeah, yeah.
You're the legal side of it as well, really.
Oh, well, mine for heart as well.
And the farm itself is actually quite small.
Yeah, it's only 42 acres. But that's why we have to really focus on very premium niche products.
So we've got the pigs behind us. These are Tamworths?
Yeah.
So why particularly Tamworths?
Well, the Tamworth is a rare breed. It's a native breed, so they're hardy. They can be outside all the time.
Yeah.
And they also came top in a blind tasting as being the best pork.
And I've seen you've got amazing-looking sheep over here and lamb.
Absolutely. It's the Lockton lamb, so it's a native to the Isle of Man. They were brought over by the Vikings. And again, rare breed, lovely, meaty taste.
Now, I'm intrigued to know how you make some of these dry-cured meats, so can you teach
come
me?
and help us?
Come on, then. Tell you what, this place looks all bright and shiny and new.
It was expensive.
But it was, yeah. So explain to me what we're making and what do we need?
So, Lockton lamb salami. So the first thing we need is some Lockton lamb. This has been cured for about 48 hours.
Okay.
So it's ready to be processed.
So what is it cured in?
It's cured in salt, sugar, and curing salt. A little bit of Tamworth pork fat in there as well. Okay, what we need to do is mix in a few ingredients into this.
Okay.
Start out with the starter culture mix. This is a special blend of cultures that help the fermentation process. Then we'll mix in some ground garlic.
There is a lot of garlic.
Yeah, we like our garlic.
Raw garlic.
And raw garlic, yeah.
Okay.
By the time it's been through the next couple of months of the curing process, it won't taste so raw anymore. And then we mix in the spice mix, which is pepper and fennel primarily, and some rosemary for the lamb. Right, it's ready for the next step of the process, which is taking it over to a grinder.
Another shiny new machine.
This one's not new, this one's just been cleaned.
Is it? So I take it the grade of the grinding is quite important as well. You don't want it too fine, too thick?
That's right. That's certainly something we discovered along the way, that the exact way the meat's processed between the grinding and the other types of cutting it up makes a big difference for different types of charcuterie.
So how long has it taken you, roughly, to get from when you first started this on your kitchen table with a hand machine to where you're happy with now winning awards?
7 years.
7 years. You look as if you know what you're doing.
Done it a few times, James.
There's always things you can improve and things you can change. So the next stage is we put it into the mixer.
This is the key to it, is it?
This is the key to it. And now we need to pour this bottle of wine in there.
So tell me about the wine then, because the wine must be quite important with this.
Yeah, because the end product is typically not being cooked, you can really taste the wine that you put into it. So it's not $3.99 plonk.
It's Italian plonk.
It is. We use Italian wine for the salami, we use Spanish wine for the chorizo. So now we just wait until that gets to the right consistency.
So you're looking for it to just bring together, is that what you're after, or?
I'm looking for it to be a bit more together than it is there, but before the fat starts to smear. Okay. So you can see that now the meat's got a lot more of a bind to it.
Great stuff. And that's the same mixture as what we got in here?
It's exactly the same, when we just did beforehand.
Cool. Right, off we go.
Okay.
Rather you than me for this bit. I'm just going to stand back and watch because I'm hopeless at this. It's like Generation Game if I do this.
When we first started doing this with the hand-cranked machine, it would literally take hours this stage. Okay,
You made that look very easy. What's next?
Here we've got a clipping machine, and we have some ready-made loops.
And in here, these little bits of metal, we seal it all in.
Yep.
So this is quite a thick salami. How long would it take to then mature?
Well, we dry them
Before it's
till they
ready.
lose about 40% of their weight, and for this size, that's going to take about 6 weeks, I'd say.
Right.
You should definitely have a go at this.
I'm going to mess this up. You do know that.
It's all right.
I'll cook with it, but I'm certainly going to mess it up.
So you're looking to create a nice gap between two bits and then make this bit as tight as you can.
Is that bit all right?
Yeah, looks all right. Clip it down.
Straight down?
Yeah. Make a little bit of a gap again and then put in one of those red things.
Got it.
Perfect. Final stage, we're going to prick them all over. And what that does is it makes sure if there's no little tiny air gaps, and it lets that air out, and it also helps let the moisture out. And then that's now ready to go into fermentation.
Yeah.
And after that, it will hang for 6 weeks.
And then we can taste it.
That's right.
There's only a few more to do.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Thanks.
That was only like 10% of the batch as well.
What a privilege to see how this wonderful charcuterie is made. But now it's time to have a taste.
Here you go, James.
That's service, isn't it? Wow, look at that. Everything you do?
And a bacon sandwich.
And a bacon sandwich. So just finally tell me, is this life everything you thought it would be, having left the city?
It's very different to what we used to do, but I wouldn't go back.
Thank you so much. And
Thank
best
you.
of luck with everything as well.
Thank you.
Thank
you
you
very much. Best of luck with the new venture as well.
Absolutely, thank you.
2 months this place has been open, but just check all this lot out. This stuff tastes absolutely fantastic. But for all the bikers visiting the TT, you have to taste this. I know this is a foodie programme and I cook all fancy stuff and all that sort of stuff, but when I go home, this is what I like to eat, a bacon sandwich. My granny produced the best bacon sandwiches in the world. I promise you. But this, I can tell you categorically, is the best bacon sandwich I've eaten since my granny was alive. 16 years ago. And I'm filling my boots because it's a long way back. I'll be sharing some of that fantastic charcuterie with the TT bikers later. Next, I'm off to find another Isle of Man favourite, which is also famous for the way it's cured. Manx